getting started, it does say we are officially live here on YouTube. And we are also officially live on Kick. There we go. Look at that. Share. Copy the link. Go. We are officially live. Here we go. X. YouTube. Kick. Go. Share this one. Copy that link. Anyone who wants to get in on YouTube. I'm just getting the tweets out, guys. 1 moment. We're still 1 minute away from it allowing us to actually go live on Twitter. I actually have Twitch too, but don't use it that much because I've been focusing elsewhere. We'll get that live here soon. Okay. Are we able to go live on Twitter yet? It still says scheduled. Is it not 1 o'clock yet? How many more seconds do we have until 5 seconds? Hopefully this goes live right at, there we go. It did. Wow. Okay. Got officially live here. Let's copy this link. Let's get people in there. See if we can do like this. Pop out that chat. Bring the chat live. Go. All right. The Soka data is not live, but we are. I promise you we are. Look, it says that we are. Let's retry. We'll send some messages so that they can know that we are indeed live. Rid of that. Pop out the chat. All right. It's still saying that we're not live, so I do not know why it is not working at the moment. 1 second, guys. I'm just trying to get the chat right. And then we'll let the room fill up a little bit while we get this sorted out. Why is it saying that we are not live? All right. The Soka data is not live, but we are. I hear myself. I am watching the stream. I am actually watching it as we speak. GM, what up, Mr. Boss? How's it going? Guys, scheduling these streams is such a pain. Because it doesn't work correctly. Like, I just want to go live when I want to be able to schedule it and then just click the go live button and go live. On X, it's like, dude, if you're 1 minute over or 1 minute under, it's like the worst. It's like you caused a bunch of issues. But, okay, there we go. So maybe the chat's working now. I see Sonia in there. I see Dracool. Soka data is not live. So it's not, doesn't think that we're live. We'll refresh this here. I'm going to refresh this just to get us chatting. Sorry, guys. You know how this goes. Always some level of ease. I don't understand why it says that we're not live. But you know what? That's fine. That's fine. It's okay. We can do this. This is actually exactly what we do. We problem solve live on the air. And I believe we do this. Turn this on. And adjust it here. Go over to the chat section. Go down. Down more. There we go. Now we are officially able to see the chats. Just like that. You know what? You want to tell us that we're not live? We will figure it out. We always do. Boom. Who says no? Who says no? Not me. All right, Sonia, what up? Dracool says hopefully his battery will last as he forgot to bring his phone charger. That's all good. He just finished working on his way home. I am glad that you're on your way home from work. I know work has been rough out there for a lot of individuals. Someone asked about Kick the other day. So I set up Kick. So I am streaming on Kick to to 0 people. And my first chat that I just received was a bot that said, "Are you tired of streaming to 0 people?" I'm not yet. I'm not tired yet, Kick. You're not going to get me there yet. I really wish that this pop-out chat was working because it just makes life so much easier, but it is not. Good morning, Mac. How's it going? Congratulations, of course, to all of our winners on the Billy side. That was a fun giveaway. And our first Sui one. Oh no, I think I did Lofi. We did a Lofi one, so it was not our first Sui one. But before we dive into this, I did want to kind of just look and see what's going on Twitter a little bit. Like, what is the sentiment of everything? Wanderer says GM everyone. Yeah, Dracul's probably laughing because the bot coming and just rubbing it in. Are you tired of streaming to 0 people? I've been streaming on Kick for a total of 30 seconds, so I'm not tired yet. I am not tired yet. It's going to take a lot more than that to get me tired. Let's put it that way. All right, here we go. I do want to pull up Twitter though real quick because I want to check out what is going on over there and see if we can just get the sentiment. You know, we're men of the people here. We just want to see what are people doing. There we go. So now you're going to see a Twitter browser has opened up. I'm just going to be scrolling just a little bit. We may even jump into a space or two here to really understand what is happening. So, oh, Kyle said something. Okay, let's have some fun with this one, Kyle. If this is not I am streaming on Kick Zenith. It is here. Let me see if I can share it. Just so you have it. I know that I think that you were the one who suggested it. So I put it up right here. Mac, I'm doing great. How are you doing today? It's a beautiful Thursday. I may need to leave a little bit early. I have to do a little bit of volunteer work, and then I've got to rush back to a space, and then I have an IRL meeting. So it's a busy day for myself and hopefully busy for all of you guys. So Kyle here, he's still not answering our question about the triangles, which I'm not going to let go. But Tether just minted another 2 billion USDT, 12 billion in new stables minted in a month by Tether and Circle. Bullish or sus? All right, will this fuel for the next Bitcoin leg up? Just more money printer? Exit liquidity loading, or nothing to see here? I mean, Circle printed a lot of their USDC, right? But their stock went crazy. It's a highly profitable endeavor. Printing these stable tokens is extremely profitable. So from a business perspective, and for these businesses, they are hyper incentivized to continue to print. That is absolutely the case. So I don't know. I want to say bullish because obviously I want it to be bullish, right? Fuel for the next Bitcoin leg up, but I don't know if that's fuel for the next. I don't think that that's even necessary for the next Bitcoin leg up. I think the next Bitcoin leg up is pretty well defined, and we have, I want to say, a 90. Can I see it here? Let's check this out. Yeah, it's a 95% chance of a rate cut here in September. And when the rates get cut in September, I see that being fuel. I'm going to go with nothing to see here. Is that crazy? Yeah, these people are, that's my gut. I want to say fuel for the next leg up, but when I think about it a little bit, it's probably nothing to see here. Grok is popping off over here with Elon Musk. That's good. Mr. Beast effect to hit his polybags. Let's see.
Someone said F you, Mr. Beast, down here. But so a lot of people who bet that we weren't going to hit it are DDoSing the site so we don't hit it.
What were the lowest odds at the beginning?
Wait, what are they betting?
I don't know.
Diamond Fancy, thanks for reposting. Cool, you agree? Nothing to see here? Yeah, I kind of think that's right.
Hovering around 30%.
Wow.
But what's I can't see what the...
That's amazing.
Bro, there's $6.5 million of betting volume on this. Man, why are so many people betting on this?
Oh, they're betting on how much money they're going to raise for his charity. Polymarket, man. Polymarket's wild. One of my biggest bets that I've won on Polymarket was when Donald Trump was debating Kamala Harris, and it asked about whether or not they'd have a handshake before. Of course they were going to have a handshake. They always do. That was easy money. VO Boss is on Kick now. Yo, GM. Just saying what up to everyone. We're just chilling. We're just letting it fill in a little bit. Scrolling down Twitter, seeing if there's anything interesting. Poker. I do like poker. This is some old school stuff. Chip Reese. I'm not going to read a 20. Jesus, I'm not going to read a 20 thread tweet. That's for sure. But he passed away some time ago, a long time ago, I want to say. And he was a big deal in the poker community. Dude bought an abandoned 1980 supercar for $500 and fixed it up.
New? That was way out of my budget. So instead, I decided to build one.
He is loud.
I bought an abandoned 1980s supercar sitting in a public junkyard. At that price,
okay, guys,
you can get...
You're talking to me. I'm not a mechanic. Trust me. And I'm not really a car guy. My car is like falling apart in the garage. I had a thing. Oh God, you guys, this is gonna be okay. I didn't even know this was a thing. So apparently, if you have a car that sits outside for too long, rats will come and make nests inside of the engine. And so one day, since I don't use my car that often because I'm just hanging out with all you good folks inside talking about crypto and memes and data. I am a data guy, Wanderer. That's true. I go to get in my car. And it kind of smelled weird. And I was like, what does that smell? That's disgusting. I don't know what it is. And I'm looking around. The car's pretty clean. Like there's nothing like wrong with it. Like it gets washed all the time, even if I'm not driving it. The interior's totally fine. No problem. And so I smell it kind of coming a little bit from the air conditioning, you know, it comes from those little vents. And I go and I open up the engine and there's like rat poop everywhere in the engine, and there's a nest. There's no rats in there at the time, but there's a nest. Absolutely disgusting. And so I called a service. They came and they cleaned it out, and they did actually a really good job. They like power washed everything, and they said, yeah, this happens absolutely all the time. And if you go outside, you got to like spray your engine with peppermint oil. You have to put specific bars of soap in specific places in your engine to make sure that they don't come around. And I even got a little machine that like gives off very unsettling noises for them that's battery powered. And I kid you not, so I did all this stuff. And I'm actually thinking that like I want to sell the car because it's so, even though it's clean, it's cleaner than it's probably ever been now. It smells great. Everything's working great. But I'm just so weirded out that there are these rats inside the engine. So that is how much I know about cars.
The condition.
So whatever this guy is doing,
the body, reality.
This would take me.
This might just be the most exciting.
But I also do know that like this kind of stuff is a lot of clickbait because you're telling me
crazy.
You're telling me
I'm going to turn the
this car that
impossible
bought
into
for
reality.
500. This right here, that any of this still works. This is all going to have to go. There's no possible way that any of this still works, right? It's sitting in raw, still, disgusting antifreeze water mixture for God knows how long. There's no way.
This might just be the most exciting project you'll ever see. I'm transforming this wreck into a 700 horsepower supercar. I'll restore it. I'll upgrade it. And I'll prove one thing. Nothing is impossible. Are you ready to witness the transformation? Let's do this.
Cool says, if not used for a good while, besides spiders and spider webs, you may end up getting other forms. I actually hate spiders more than anything. I'm an arachnophobe for sure. He's doing the transformation. No chance, dude. I left my car outside for 1 week and didn't use it, and there were rats inside of it. And you're telling me that you're going to put this... This is all rusted. This does not work. There is no way. Am I wrong, guys? Are there any like mechanics in here that actually know how to do something? Like, there's no way. Zenith is now. We got Mac. We got a couple people on Kick. Oh my God, we got emojis. Okay, there's a lot of cool things that we can do on Kick. Zenith says, yeah, the dead engine. Mac, give me some emojis. Guys, is there a service that I can use where I can combine all the chats into one mega chat so that I can actually not forget about the people on YouTube? Because Mr. Boss said he's off to watch me on Kick on YouTube. I didn't even get to say hi. Your owner said lol. I didn't even see it. I'm sure there is. There has to be. How do I combine X? So my setup right now is I use ADA multi-stream through OBS to stream on X, YouTube, Kick, and I actually am going to start streaming on Twitch too, just to like multi-stream it up. But I want to get all the chats into one place and like allow you guys to use like cool emojis, talk to speech, text to speech, all that stuff. How do you do that? If you guys know, let me know. Because I do not know. But I will spend a weekend and I'll figure it out. I will figure it out on the ASAP. Okay, so wait, did the car finish? I didn't even see it. Was this clickbait? Guys, he didn't even finish the car. That's what it got to? I mean, I don't know anything about cars. I could do that. All he did was wash it. No. I'm going to say no on that. No, absolutely not. Okay, all-time high alert. A drift protocol built on Solana. This is from our friends Crypto Banter. Just recorded that its highest ever monthly perps trading volume. That's kind of cool. Perps trading volume's cool. I can get down with that. Is anyone, we could watch Goxstein here. Crypt Talk Radio. We can go up there and have some fun with, in spaces. I don't know. I found spaces though, when you're streaming, like listening to spaces is kind of sleeper. Just a little bit. We might do it at some point. I know the emojis on Kick are really cool. I love how VO Boss, I said, hey guys, how do you multi-stream? He said, yes, look it up. Oh, he said, I'll look it up. I thought he was telling me to look it up. I was like, dude, I was asking you. I was asking you. But I had misunderstood. Okay, yeah, you can find both Kick and X. I don't know about YouTube though. All right, well, if you guys find it, let me know. This is pretty cool. I do like Kick. It just like looks cleaner. I think X is the most difficult platform to stream on. Really, realistically, I don't think it's like built for that. You know what I mean? But regardless, let's keep scrolling Twitter. We got Fefe. Shout out to Fefe. Shout out to Saga. Always out there cooking. Jules, I think that shall be a good game. What do you think? Netherlands versus Poland, World Cup qualifications, UEFA, potential win. Okay, I do know something about soccer. Poland versus the Netherlands. Netherlands is 1.5 goal favorite. Betting 2,800 to, and she's taking the Netherlands at -1.5. Oh, man, I don't know. I feel like Poland can park the bus and make it very difficult to score. So Netherlands has to win by 2 in order for this bet to pay out. I'd take Poland. I would take Poland in the points. We'll see if that's right. A brand new luxury yacht valued at $1 million sank just 15 minutes after its maiden launch. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. This is pretty funny. Could you imagine if you made it in crypto and you bought a yacht and it does this? How does this happen? How does that even happen? Yeah, Kick looks like the best. I have no idea how this happens. Ooh. Oh, I was going to say poker hand. Hard to watch. An absolute mental bully. Davey has taken the lead. All right, let's see what's going on here. Is this some just low-level poker? Okay, after this, we'll get to it, guys. We will get to learning. I appreciate you guys hanging out. But just having some fun. I feel like if we're going to be hanging out together as much as we are, again, daily streams, we're going to have find things to do besides learn.
Yeah, I think he's
just hang out. Have a little bit of fun. Maybe we'll play some chess. We'll definitely play some poker. I don't know if there's other games that people like to play that we could just play and vibe with. Who knows? I have no idea. We got to do something, though.
Checks once more.
Okay, so what happened here, though? I'm sorry, I'm missing the action. Okay, so we have Pocket Kings versus King 9 on 4, 5, 9, 10. 2 spades. Pre-flop action was Dave called. So 9 called. Nate raised it up to 1,000. So heads up. And then the flop was bet 700, raised to 2K ish. On the turn, Nate checked with his kings. Okay, so Dave was the one who raised. Nate led. We have our bearings now. I can't tell. Is this heads up? Yeah, okay. So heads up, pocket kings. It looks like it went limp, raise, call. Kings raised, king 9 off. Limp called.
Put the money in.
Flop was 4, 5, 9, giving king 9 top pair with a very reasonable kicker. Nate led for 700 into what looks like around 22K. It got raised up. I can't remember, but it looks like 17.
Checks once more.
1,000. Check the turn. Bet 1,000. These sizings are horrendous.
Stick to the 1K.
These sizings really are horrendous. By the way, going backwards here.
Nate's just worried about 2 pair.
Okay, now we've got it. So 5,400. So are we betting really 1,000 into 5,400 on 4, 5, 9, 10 double spades with king 9? That's a pretty bad bet. I don't know what we're stressed about here. We're probably thinking about raising. We're not thinking about folding, obviously. I mean, a call, I guess, is okay, but when you think about it, with our kings here, we probably shouldn't even be checking the turn. I mean, you could check the turn, I guess. But when he bets 1,000, you probably have to check raise, right? When we have pocket kings with the king of spades, we're trying to build this pot up. 4, 5, 9. I mean, he called and then called again. So if you're worried about sets, he's probably raising all of his pocket pairs heads up. He's raising 4s, 5s, 9s, 10s. If you're worried about 2 pair, you could be, I guess, a little bit worried about 9, 10 suited. But obviously, there's only 2 combinations of 9, 10 suited that are available. You have 9, 10 of diamonds and 9, 10 of hearts. You could be looking at some draws. You could be looking at some draws like 6, 7. You could be looking at 7, 8. You could be looking. There's a lot of draws in there. Basically, any small cards are going to be a straight draw of some kind. And if they're suited, of course, in spades, you're going to have a combo draw of some kind. So kings should be pump fisting here. We're pretty happy. Then on the 3 of clubs, I mean, this is going to be. I don't know what this bet is into 7,400.
Much from Dave this time.
But he's turning his hand. I mean, I don't think he's probably value betting.
One K at a time.
Insanity.
Did he just do 1,000 again? Oh God, Jesus. Okay, so then he bets 1,000 on the river, which again is awful sizing. This is a extremely easy call if you're going to call.
You're so confident in this.
I'm probably not even
Flop a
calling
set?
here. I'm probably raising, and I'm probably making it like 5,200 or something like that.
mean,
Our
Nate,
kings are
it's
pretty good. I
1K.
think that we can get called by a 9. We can get called by a 10. If you had a hand like, 8, 10, 8, 10 of spades or something like that. We can call by that. We can call by ace 10. We can call by ace 9. We can get called by a lot of these hands. Pocket kings, we're definitely betting for value. And we're going to be pretty happy about it. We're going to be betting pretty big.
Hey, man, there's 8,400.
Good morning, Atabola. I'm doing great. How you doing?
I mean, he's
Flop
never
a set
folded.
for
He's got to be Hollywood in here.
Maybe not. Something stupid like 5-4.
What's that?
Just trying to think like what you would realistically.
And look at all the cool emojis on Kick.
Bet.
Surprised. It seems like at no point
You guys are
he
killing it.
wanted to put any more money in.
No,
Easier for us to say to see a
No way
cards.
I'm good here.
He's playing so defensive.
No, it's not easy for us to see the hands. We have pocket kings. We're getting 8.5 to 1 on our money. We have to call 1,000 to win 8,400. That means we need to be right almost 10% of the time. That's nothing. We're definitely going to be right 10% of the time. Like with certainty, we'll be right 10% of the time. So we call. This is easy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and watch
No
this guy
way he's
tank,
good
though.
in this fold.
With kings.
Yeah.
He does not fold.
If he folds, this is one of the worst folds I've ever seen in my life. That's the worst.
Okay, I mean, obviously they don't know what they're doing. I mean, the sizing's bad here from
And Dave
Portnoy.
takes the lead.
The plays are bad. He thinks he's betting for value. Anyways. All right. All right. Is this some wholesome fun? Oh, that's wholesome. Look at that. That's cute. That's all of us. All right, let's get to it. Guys, we are here for one thing and one thing only. Here to learn. We are here to learn with our good friend Kyle. And today we are learning, I believe, market cycles.
We're going to be covering market cycles.
There we go. Market cycles. We're going to do intro to market cycles, Bitcoin halvings,
The reason it's so
MVRV
important
score,
to understand the market
concentrated
cycles
versus
is because if you
diversified
can just get
investing,
one market
market
cycle
cycles
down to
whiz.
perfection, you can make life-changing money. Many market participants in this
All right, so here's our
lesson,
intro.
We're going to be
We're in.
covering market cycles.
We're diving in, boys and girls. Let's do it.
The reason it's so important to understand the market cycles is because if you can just get one market cycle down to perfection, you can make life-changing
Yeah,
money.
boss says he should go
Many
all in.
market
Yeah, I mean, he should do
participants come
something.
through
I don't
the
know how you
crypto
fold there.
cycles time and time again.
It's gonna be
and
fun
it
streaming
takes them
poker if you guys
2
like
to
poker.
3 cycles before they actually understand how the crypto markets work. The point of this lesson is to show you everything that you need to know so you don't need to go through those lessons by yourself.
Hey, real quick, I am on chat on Kick right now. I want to show you guys this. Look at this. This guy, this bot right here, or I'm going to raise it up. I don't know how high I got to go. There we go. This guy right here says, I'm not sure if you can see it, but he says, Soka Data, tired of streaming to 0 people? Let's change that. Only at nejna.com or something like that. Hey, we're not streaming to 0 people anymore. We've got the crew. Everyone rolled up on Kick. I should tell that guy. You're wrong. You said 0? I don't see 0 here.
The next
Buddy.
video, we're going to go through the
Buddy, old
Bitcoin
pal.
halving cycle. I'll show you how to
Glad to hear that you're
find
doing good.
where the
Attabola.
halving cycle takes place and how price action unfolds around that specific event. I'll see you all there.
Oh, you will see us there. Oh, you'll see us there, Kyle. We'll be there. Oh, we'll be squared.
What is the Bitcoin halving cycle? What is the Bitcoin halving
You know
cycle?
how I can't wait to see this because it is actually really difficult to explain to people what the Bitcoin halving cycle has to do with the cycles. To normies. Like I sit here and try to explain it to normies and say like, well, like, look, you know, the overall supply that's flooding the market goes down and demand is going up and it's used to keep inflation normal. And it usually they don't really get it. So
in order
I wanna
to
see how he
answer
says
this
it.
question, you need to know a little bit about Bitcoin. So this is a very quick crash course. Bitcoin miners use supercomputers to solve complex equations. And in reward for solving those equations, they receive a certain number of Bitcoin. Now, every 4 years,
How long would it take us, if it was just us, all of us here today, you know, our collective brain power to solve one of these Bitcoin equations? You think we'd do it? How long would it take us?
this reward gets divided by 2. This specific event is called the Bitcoin halving cycle. Why is this so important to understand? It's important to understand because the entire price action
Yo,
moves
Drew, cool. You
around
joined us
this.
on Kick? Man, is everyone just moving over to Kick? ZKJO90 just reposted the stream on X, which I very much appreciate. He said, hi, Soka GM. GM. Mac is ready to learn. He said, enough of the nonsense. Let's get to the learning. Sharpen the pencil. I think that we would be able to solve one. If we just had Dracul, maybe Dracul would just solve it for us and we could all just
Specific
share in
event.
the rewards. Give us
Because
the
the
block.
market moves in a cyclical pattern and history tends to repeat, there's certain times in the market whereby you'd be looking to accumulate more Bitcoin. And then there's other times where the market's moving up aggressively and you'd be looking to distribute those Bitcoins. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly the way these Bitcoin cycles work. Not only that, but I'm going to show you how to take advantage at specific times within the cycle, because remember, you rarely have one shot. These cycles only come every 4 years, and if you get the cycle right, you can make life-changing money. So if you take a look at this chart over here, you'll see some vertical lines. Now, each of these lines represent a very specific and important event within that cycle. If you look at the first green line over here on the right-hand side, that says halving cycle 1. That is the actual date when the halving cycle took place. Now, specific price action takes place around
So
that.
this is, I do want to say something about these cycles, because it is in the conversation a lot right now. People they really want to know. They want to know, where are we at in the cycle? What the heck? The AI mod already deleted a thing from boss who said lock in transgenders. Well, the AI mod deleted that one for hate, boss. Hopefully you didn't get banned. That wasn't me. I have nothing set up like that right now. So don't go too wild with the hate in the kick chat. They'll get you out of there. But these cycles, whenever I'm talking to people who are like, where are we in the cycle and where do we think we're going? What do you think is going to happen? I am way in line with what Kyle's saying here, that I just look at what historically has happened. But you also have to understand, like, the asset is maturing. This is why when I talk to the people who try to tell me that Ethereum's going to 17K and they try to use Bitcoin halving cycles and what has happened previously to justify it, I think that they're absolutely mad. Now, could they be right? I don't think so. I hope they're right. I own a lot of Ethereum, so I hope they're right. But like, when they bring up the Bitcoin halving cycle chart and say, from this point, we usually go up this much, and Ethereum will usually go up this much compared to Bitcoin, I just think it's nonsensical. Like, I think that this cycle, we could see Bitcoin hitting like 140, 150. That would be a phenomenal run for us. And by the way, if that happens, everything should be going absolutely parabolic. There is going to be a transition from Bitcoin cycle to altcoins, right? And that cycle is going to happen quickly. Like, I think altcoin season will be here. I don't know how long it's going to last, which isn't bad. Who cares? I don't need to last forever. Yeah, you don't either. What do we need to be sitting here with Ethereum sitting at 4K for another year before we kick it in? No, just let it go. Let it run up 6K, 7K. I could see that. Then we're going to be making absolute bank. But the main point, and shout out to everyone who's chatting on like multiple devices on multiple streams. That is the true homies, making sure that you guys are getting up in the algorithm across the board. It's a pain, I can tell, trust me, because I'm going back and forth between them. But whenever I'm looking at it, I always lean on what has historically happened, but I have to understand the context of what's happened now. So when people say, hey, I think we're in a super cycle, the cycle's broken forever. It's no longer ever going to be the same. I look at it and say, what's your evidence? What is your evidence that the cycle can't predict what we're going to do, where we're going? It's because it's different. Institutions are buying. Do you know, how many of you guys have been through, I actually want to see it in the chat here. How many cycles have you guys been through? Is this your first cycle, second, third? Like, I don't mind. I'm not even saying it to be elitist to say if you haven't been through a cycle, you don't get it. But I just remember going through the cycles, and every time there's a cycle, people are like, oh, it's different because Bitcoin's at $1,000 per coin now. That's way different. Oh, it's different because Bitcoin ran up to $17,000 a coin. Oh, it's different because Bitcoin ran up to $69,000 a coin. True story. Oh, it's different because now nation states are buying, because institutions are buying. I think that's maybe fair, that there's some, but look at the rats in my car. Yeah, we definitely need to be getting some of these sorted out, because those emojis are pretty funny, boss. Thank you for sharing those. But like, if this is your first cycle, you may not get that these cycles, they might not go the exact same way, but they definitely go a very similar way. Like, they're very often here. I'm gonna show you. You guys know how. You guys know what's coming. You know what's coming. Boom. So Casso is back. Painting the next masterpiece, guys. Here we go. All right. I know that this sometimes confuses people, which I'm well aware of, and I'm okay with that, because this one's a banger. I tell you, I promise you, this one's gonna be so easy to explain. You guys are gonna love this one. Here we go. First of all, we gotta sign it here, down here in the corner. You know how here we go. That's how you guys know it's an original. Doesn't say it down there. It's not an original. Okay. So if people are saying that we are in a super cycle and the cycle will never end, I don't really believe that. I think that the cycle, I don't think that we're going to see Bitcoin at 1K again, but how it has happened in the past is the cycle's kind of gone like this. We've seen this. We've had a blow off of a top, and we've come way back down. Like, if you remember in the last cycle, this is where all the money was made. It was literally like 8 months here. Then we had this time period here, which was like 6 weeks, really. Then we had the NFT portion of it where everyone got wrecked, which was these 8 months over here as well. But this 6 weeks was where all the money was made. You made all your money in these 6 weeks. So now what I believe is happening when people say that the cycle is different, we're going to use this blue color. See, you guys are with me. This is explanatory. Don't worry. This is not confusing anyone. I know that. What is going to happen is I think that this is going to be like this. See that? Just like that. Where it basically takes the peak and squishes it down. That takes the peak of this distribution curve and squishes it down to where the actual money can be made during a much longer period, but our peak is it's not as tall because there's not as much volatility. When there's institutions, VCs, nation states, retirement funds, IBIT, MicroStrategy, STDC, there's so many of these now financial assets that are wrapped around Bitcoin that the Bitcoin price cannot be this spiky anymore. There's too many players in the game moderating that price. It's like a neutron flux capacitor inside of a nuclear core. So it squishes it down, flattens it out, so you have more time to make money here. It's called 2 months, whatever. But it will be a little bit flatter. So you might not make as much money at any one time. Like if you look at a week, you know, back in the day, you were like, oh my God, this week I made $100,000. It's going to happen. You guys, some of you will make $100,000 in 1 week. Easy. I guarantee it. It will happen. But now maybe no one makes 100K in 1 week over a 6 week period, but you're going to get 2 months to make 50K a week. So that's what we're looking for. That's what we're planning. That's what we're talking market cycles. Okay, I know that sometimes people say when Subcasa comes out and starts painting, it gets confusing. Is that confusing or does that make sense? Sonia's everywhere, streaming on the 2 platforms. Dracool is everywhere. I really do appreciate that, you guys. Second cycle. So CPI Sonia definitely understands it. Was that confusing? I think that was normal. That was
if
okay,
you
right?
move your cursor all the way back to exactly 1 year before that cycle, you'll see that marked approximately from a timing perspective, the exact Bitcoin bottom. So as an investor or trader, you should be looking to accumulate Bitcoin and establish positions within this region. Price then starts to move sideways and up for an entire year leading into that halving event. Once the halving event takes place, the Bitcoin mining reward gets divided by 2, meaning that there's less supply coming into the market. That increases the demand and consequently price moves up quite aggressively. So moving on to the next slide over here, you can see it took 52 weeks from the first halving cycle before the all-time high was met. Price then starts to go down and a bear market commences. If you look at where the bottom was found, again,
I see Dennis saying this is his first cycle. The good thing is, if it's your first cycle and you just can like understand and learn from some of this stuff, then, whoa, I'm dropping a lot of frames. Hold on, guys. Why am I dropping so many frames? I don't know what is happening. I'm not sure what is going on. But I'm dropping basically all the frames. I wonder how long I've been dropping all the frames. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to fix it. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe it's the multi-stream. Maybe it's the kick emojis breaking everything. All good, Adam. Am I dropping a ton of frames? You guys let me know, because it's telling me that I'm dropping like a huge amount of frames. Interesting. Okay. I don't know what to do. It says I'm dropping 70% of my frames right now. I don't really know what to do. Any idea? Do we just restart? Is it Atom? The multi-stream tool that I have? Does it just suck? I blame Kick, by the way. Why am I dropping so many frames? What is happening? Okay, guys, I don't know how to fix this. Is it my Wi-Fi connection? Might be the Wi-Fi connection. Actually, I'm hardwired in. What? There's no Wi-Fi. All right. Well, this has been a blast. I'm not sure what is going on. If we go down, if the stream dies, I will rerun this course. Would fire it back up. Hold on, guys. Sorry, I'm just messaging a few people now. If I fire back up today. Okay. So it looks like I'm going to need to figure this out a little bit. We're gonna start by maybe I'll kill the streams one by one and see. I think I might kill the kick stream first to see what happens to it. But this just looks like it's a connection problem. Oh, maybe maybe I need to adjust the output settings of kick. No, it just has. It doesn't have like any advanced settings, video settings, audio settings, main encoder. I'm gonna definitely have to look at this. All right, kick people. I apologize, but to try to figure out if you are the problem, I'm going to be killing kick right now. It was fun though. We are gonna figure out kick because the emojis are a lot of fun. This is definitely a big win. I actually might just like tweet this out. BO Boss saying the rat's in the car. That's good. There we go. All right, kick is going down, guys. Here we go. We're shutting down the stream here. Let's see what happens. Does it all come back? If you're on another platform. No, it has not come back yet. Output's still very low. Okay. So it might not be Kick's fault. That's good and bad, I guess, at the same time. I'm not sure. Here we go. If you know, you know. All right. Guys, I am going to rug it here, though, because I don't know what to do. I'm going to have to go look into it. So I really do apologize. We haven't had connection issues like this almost forever. Although it is a connection thing. Look here, I'll show you guys too. If anyone is an AV whiz, dropping all the frames. Shoot. Okay. Hey, I'm gonna rug it here. I'm gonna go and take this hour then to figure out what went wrong and see if I can't do something. But I really do appreciate you guys. If you can hear me, I don't even know if you can hear me. It says that I'm dropping 63.7% of the frames, which means you can hear about 60% of the words. But I really appreciate you guys for joining in. But it's all love, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna rug it here. We will stream tomorrow though. Stream tomorrow, it'll be fixed. I'm gonna get to it. All right, it's cool. We're still dropping some frames. The connection's still really bad. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at this. Although we are doing 8400 kbps, which is better than it's been.